Guys, it's Don Vietz. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We talk about all kinds of different stock setups and technical and fundamental trading information. So want to go ahead and show that to you guys. Right now, we made a plan the other day. I know a lot of you guys liked it on GameStop, and it was a very interesting setup, and it's actually been performing quite well. And I'm super excited about that. I'm actually planning on doing a follow-up video to that to show you guys what happened in the aftermath of what happened after we made that video and how great it was. But for now, I want to talk to you guys about another opportunity that I see in the market that I think is really solid and has a lot of potential moving forward. So yeah, there's a lot of fundamental drivers for this. There's a lot of reasons why Rocket has a lot of potential moving forward, in the space. But like I say, we're not really going to get too deep into that. What I really want to talk to you guys about is technicals. This IPO'd back here in August, right? And we had this swing high close to about $27. So our IPO was $17.50, swing high to $27, and then we had a test down. Now, back then, this was kind of in the early days of the stream. I wasn't making YouTube videos yet, so didn't have a chance to make a video on this one back then. But now that I'm here doing this now, might as well. So after that swing high, this went into a downtrend, a very aggressive downtrend that very much respected the moving averages and didn't really see any sort of buying action or any stability until right around here. Right, this was August 14th, 13th, and 14th. We talked about this back here, and basically one of the viewers came in and said, hey, what do you think about Rocket? I looked at it and I said, well, we really need to see an upside move to confirm that this actually has some sort of sign of strength. Like you want to see a stock give a move. You want to see a stock show that, like, hey, there is demand for this. There's somebody that wants this, or an aggregate of people that want this clearly enough to outbuy the amount of supply that's available in the market. So and the next day we saw that, right? And we saw a little bit of a continuation, and we saw what is a Wyckoff accumulation starting to form. Now, I don't know if you guys know about a Wyckoff or not. I will be making a video on this later, so definitely if you don't know about Wyckoff, or if you're just interested in the content, definitely click the subscribe button. Because in the future you get a really great video on that and how Wyckoff works and sort of why we use this to give us confirmation on whether a trade is going to go up or down. But for now, this is kind of the ending phase of a Wyckoff, right? So we had this solid move to the upside. They had earnings somewhere in here. They had a swing high up to 32. And then, of course, we had a little bit of a dip down and a reaccumulation, another swing up. This is where the earnings were. So another dip down, reaccumulation, and back around here, I drew this box, right? This is somewhere around in this area. I drew this box from here, right? And I said, hey, if price comes back, because we exited, I believe we exited here. If not, we exited on the way up. We didn't exit on this day. We were out already by a good bit. But I drew this box, and I said, hey, if this comes back in this test here, we should probably take a look at it. So now, here we are in the future, looking at what has actually occurred, and price has pretty much just come down, thanks to the bear market of the early September 2020, if you want to call it that, I guess. We had a really solid retest right into our level. So this actually is holding demand. And again, I drew this box a long time ago. I didn't, it was just based on this highs and lows from back here. And in fact, I could actually probably extend this down because that's where that low actually is. Draw it up back to the high. So if I draw it to the actual low from back there, I just kind of sloppily threw it on the chart. You can kind of see it. This is really tested strong. This low from back there has tested really strong. And we have, again, this is part of a Wyckoff. This looks like a spring to me. So what we really want to see out of Rocket is a move to the upside, breaking over these moving averages that are very compressed, a move to the upside to show a sign of strength, some sort of a little bit of a consolidation downward, like a descending triangle or a descending range. Either way would be great. And then a breakout of this level. So there's 2 points of confirmation, right? This is, if it breaks above here and it hangs out in this area for a while, that's going to be, let me zoom in. So breaks out of here, hangs out in this area for a little while and then goes. Those are your 2 confirmation points, right? You've got 1 and you've got 2. So this is confirmation that, hey, this range right here that we're looking at, this probably is an accumulation. And then this guy, this range that forms here is confirmation that, hey, this is getting ready to break. And then the final break of this level, this is sort of your third confirmation, that now we broke this level, maybe we retest and we'll go back into being in a bullish market, right? So there's a whole lot of little pieces to this that show that. So that's sort of my idea on Rocket. Like I said, I wasn't going to dig too much into fundamentals. I'll let you guys do your own research on that. But you can definitely see that Rocket Mortgage does have a sizable portion of the market share, sizable enough. And from a valuation standpoint, they're not quite worth nearly as much as some of their competitors. So there's a definitely a big positive here, and I think a big upside with, you know, somewhat of a minimal downside, right? Your stop loss doesn't have to be much lower than 2150. So, you know, if you're trading this just with raw shares, obviously I'm an options trader, and we'll be talking a little bit more as well in the future about different option strategies and how I trade options, how other people I know trade options, and some of the pitfalls that are associated with that. Sometime in the next few weeks, we'll be making a video on that. But even if you don't know anything about options and you haven't had a chance to learn yet, or you're intimidated to learn about options, you could just buy shares of this here. You could risk $1 per share, $2 per share maybe, and you could see a $15 per share return. So from a risk to reward perspective, this is kind of simple, stupid. You know, keep it simple, stupid sort of strategy. Like you throw a stop down here, you set it, you forget it, and like a rotisserie chicken, you come back a little while later, and either you lost $1 per share or you made $15 per share. Either way, you're going to be happy and not too concerned even if there is a downside. So thank you guys so much for coming. Hopefully you learned something from this video. Hopefully you guys like the opportunity that we see. If you don't like it or you do like it, definitely leave a comment below. Let us know what you think. If I'm wrong, I'd love to hear why. And if you like the video, definitely give it a like. And if you dislike the video, you know, I guess you have to dislike it. But hopefully you liked it. But definitely click the subscribe button and come back. We'll be making new videos, at least a couple per week. But for now, we're going to be doing one probably every day. But thanks again, guys. Everyone have a great day. And thanks for coming to the channel.